Okay, would everyone please be seated? Would everyone please be seated? Good afternoon and welcome. Dear graduates, family and friends, and psychology department faculty, I'm Dr. James Graham, professor of psychology and chair of the Ceremonies and Recognition Committee in the psychology department at TCNJ. It is a pleasure and an honor to welcome you to the psychology commencement ceremony for the class of 2015. But before we begin, I just have a few announcements. First, just a friendly reminder for the graduates, you will line up in cap and gown by 5 p.m. on C Street for the main ceremony, and that will be for your academic processional into the Lion Stadium. Second, the psychology faculty will be available immediately after the program. If you want to take pictures, we'll take pictures with you, your family, in front of the stage here. And finally, graduates, family, and friends, you're welcome to join the campus community at the President's Reception in Quimbre's Prairie and other locations throughout the day. There'll be food and beverages available throughout the day. To begin, I'd like to introduce the chair of the psychology department, Dr. Janine Vivona. Dr. Vivona.
Good morning, TCNJ class of 2015. Yeah. It's my pleasure to introduce the faculty of the psychology department. Faculty, please stand when I call your name. Jessica Barnack-Tavlaris. Tamra Beretta. Ashley Borders. Helen Chung. Jarrett Crawford. Jason Dolling. Candice Firing. James Graham. Lisa Grimm. Art Homuth. Julie Hughes. Dan Kaplan. Jean Kernan. Andy Linus. Margaret Martinetti. Betsy Ruddy. John Ruscio. And Sean Wiley. Also, Chu Kim Prieto and Ruth Hall are not able to be at our ceremony today, but of course they send their warmest wishes and congratulations. For us, your faculty, this is a bittersweet day. We've gotten to know you over your years at TCNJ. I have to look this way. We'd like to see your faces in our hallways and to hear your thoughts in our classrooms. We enjoy helping you develop your minds, interests, and expertise as our students, research collaborators, instructional interns, and internship supervisees. We relish your successes, and believe it or not, we don't mind the occasional moments of sadness and frustration, which we know are inevitable when you're facing the challenges of life head-on. We know you'll take us along with you as you move beyond TCNJ, that you will remember us and what we have taught you. But you may not know that we will keep a part of you here with us. We will remember you, and we will miss you. It is true that other students will come along to take the seats in our classes and our offices, but they will not be you. We hope that you will keep in touch with us as you move beyond TCNJ so that we may follow you into the wide world wherever you may go. Thank you, our psychology majors, for sharing yourselves with us during your time at TCNJ. And thank you, dear family and friends, for lending us these wonderful young people who so enrich our lives and make our work such a joy. Congratulations and best wishes. I now have the pleasure of introducing the Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Ben Rifkin. Hold on. No, come. Some of you may know that today is Ben's last day as the Dean of HSS, just like it is your last day as students of TCNJ. So you're sharing this special day and honor together. Ben has been an incredible friend and support and champion of the psychology department, and we have been able to provide the education for you in great part because of his support of us. And we love him, and we are going to miss him, and we only slightly wish he were not going to Ithaca College to be their provost. Thank you, Ben.
The School of Humanities and Social Sciences, as I'm fond of saying, is the biggest school at the College of New Jersey. And our commencement ceremonies for the different departments are actually in conflict with one another. And just as the psychology students are sitting here now about to have their diploma ceremony, we have students in other departments elsewhere on campus. And the dean is unable, whoever is the dean, to be at all of the ceremonies. So actually, I'm not here today to give my remarks to you, because in a moment or two, I'm going to be asking my assistant dean, Dr. Rosa Zagari-Maranzoli, to give remarks on behalf of the dean's office. I'm actually here today to present an award, and then I'll go to another ceremony where I'll be giving remarks. So I have an award to give to a student who has no idea that he or she is getting an award. Some of you may recall, some of you may know, that in addition to being dean, I'm also, must I say it, a professor of Russian. Has that ever come up? There is a psychology major graduating today who is about to receive a National Russian Award. This student got a grant and traveled to Vladimir, Russia, where she volunteered in a school helping with English lessons. She said to me, I was with the group, she said to me on her first day, I don't know if this host family situation is going to work. The host mom doesn't speak much English. I said, well, if you want me to find you a different host family, I can do that. And she said, let me give it one more night. And the next day she said, don't move me. I'm having too much fun. She also participated in a project in Philadelphia interviewing Russian-speaking immigrants about their experiences living through 20th century Russian history, which, in case you weren't sure, was not fun. Fun for her to interview, not fun for the immigrant to live through it. The National Post-Secondary Russian Laureate Award is presented to psychology major Jillian DeMarco. Jillian, please come up and receive your award. Congratulations. I have to leave to go to another department. It is my great pleasure and honor to introduce the Assistant Dean of the School of Humanities and Social Sciences, Dr. Rosa Zagari-Maranzoli, or as the students call her, Dr. Rosa.
Good afternoon. So Dean Rifkin took my first paragraph away, which is great. So I will, I will start with the comments. As he mentioned, the Dean's Office team, of which I am a member, is eager and pleased to connect with all our graduating students and their friends and family on this very special day. Dear students, I would like to begin by noting that on this day, we are basking in your light. We are ever so proud of you and all that you have accomplished, both in the classroom and in the greater community during your TCNJ career, your TCNJ journey. You came to TCNJ well prepared, yet over the past few years, you have grown and developed in truly significant ways. As I look around, I realize that I recognize so many of you. For those of you that came in as open options, I was your first academic advisor, the first TCNJ face on that hot summer day at freshman orientation. And I apologize to Stephanie Molinas, who just heard this. She came in as open options with a dual major today in sociology and psychology, so I delivered the speech in sociology earlier this morning. So if you came in as open option, and there are many today, perhaps you were a bit lost in the computer lab, and I, or your faculty members, helped you find your way into a major and helped you find the right path. And while on your TCNJ journey, we watched you grow into the fine human beings that you have become. You have learned to evaluate the arguments of others, to frame your own arguments, to collect and analyze data, to draw your own conclusions. These are the core skills of a liberal arts education, and these skills are deeply embedded in the psychology major that you have pursued. You have developed the skills with the expert help of your faculty mentors, and we recognize and thank you for your guidance and for your mentoring. Thank you. Dear students, when you soon go on to graduate school, professional school, or a fine career, we know that you will reach new heights. As you do, please remember us at the College of New Jersey and in the School of Humanities and Social Sciences. Visit us, drop us a line, let us know what you're doing and how you are doing. You have been great students. Now it's time for you to be great alumni. Life is a journey, Dean Rifkin wrote in his last and special message to you, the graduating seniors, this past Sunday. And with the same message, though in Italian, not in Russian, I conclude my remarks today. My Italian quote is the last verse from Dante's Paradiso, the last cantica of the Divine Comedy. L'amor che muove il sole e le altre stelle. It is love, Dante tells us, that moves the sun and the other stars. Love is synonym of life, a new journey for Dante. And thus, I encourage you to begin the next part of your journey by celebrating life, a bright, sunny, star-filled life. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Rosa. On behalf of my colleagues, I am pleased to announce that two of our graduates will offer brief remarks in today's ceremony. These students were nominated by the Psychology Department faculty and were gracious to oblige our invitation to speak. Our first student speaker is Mr. Derek Giannone. Derek came to TCNJ from Warren, New Jersey. Transferring to the college in his junior year, Derek is a psychology major and philosophy minor. During his time here, he has worked hard to become a member of not only our academic community, but our extracurricular community as well. Derek is a member of several honor societies, such as Phi Beta Kappa, Phi Kappa Phi, Golden Key, and Psi Chi, the International Honor Society in Psychology. In addition to membership in these organizations, Derek is the president and co-founder of the Student Alliance to Facilitate Empathy, as well as a member of the Romantic Relationships Research Laboratory, supervised by our own Dr. Firing. Under the supervision of Dr. Daniel Kaplan, Derek conducted a self-designed empirical research project in existential psychology. He hopes to prepare his findings for submission to a scholarly journal this summer. In the fall, Derek plans to continue his education at Drexel University's Master of Science program in psychology. Please join me in welcoming Derek Giannone.
Thank you, Dr. Graham, for that wonderful introduction. I would first like to start off today by thanking all of our family and friends who are here to join us in this milestone in our lives. And thank you to all those special people who could not make it with us here today, who are important to us and made us who we were. A special thanks as well to the TCNJ Psychology Department faculty and staff for your tireless work to ensure the quality of education and for providing a framework for us to grow and thrive in as students and as people. I would also like to specifically extend, there you go, thank you, Dr. Graham. I would also like to specifically extend my personal gratitude to Dr. Daniel Kaplan and Dr. Candice Firing, without whose encouragement and support, I would not find myself here today. Their willingness to invest and support in students is exemplary of the type of student-faculty relationships that I believe to be critical to personal, academic, and professional success. Finally, thank you to my family for always believing in me and supporting my vision and direction in life, even when they had reason not to. I love you and admire you guys more than you could ever know. Try not to cry too much, Ma. 4 years ago, if I were to see myself on this stage making this address to you all today, I probably would have shrugged it off as some alternative reality or a bizarre daydream, something totally removed from the actuality of my life. That skeptic of 4 years ago of which I'm speaking was one caught in the depths of depression and anxiety, struggling to recover from a destructive relationship with substance abuse. It's okay. Okay. With the encouragement and support of my amazing family, I set out in search of a better life, to make my vision of the future one that I could be happy with, one that I would be able to look back on the later years of my life without regrets. With apprehension, I enrolled in an introductory psychology class in my local community college. To my surprise, in that course and in that academic environment, I found insight to myself and understanding of others. I found an amazement and curiosity with the world that I had thought to be a relic of the past. I found inspiration, I found hope, and in psychology, I found passion. As I'm sure is the experience of my fellow students, when I arrived here, I had absolutely no idea what was in store for me. I was faced with a new environment filled with strangers and new lingo such as lib, stud, Ike, and Milaquiv. I was also particularly confused by the large glittering balls on campus. I don't think I still get that, but apparently it's art. As a transfer student, I really didn't know anybody, and I was completely uncertain about how the next 2 years of my life would unfold. However, the TCNJ Psychology Department welcomed me with open arms and gave me the opportunity not only to assimilate, but to stand out and to thrive. For me, this department is so special because of the diversity of opportunity and the academic environment we were provided with. The students are so talented and motivated that it often scared me to think about what their resumes look like. The professors are so collaborative and so supporting, but never hesitated to push us and actively strive to form a culture that motivated us to aim high. These past 4 semesters have been filled with so many experiences and moments that I wouldn't trade for anything. Whether it was the fulfilling experiences of being able to start a student support network or learning how to conduct psychological research. The spontaneous experience of jumping in the science complex fountain with my research lab, which caused some interesting photos to emerge on Facebook. Shout out to the Triple R lab. I love you guys. Or whether it was the stressful experiences of spending late nights in the library, frantically studying for exams, or in the computer lab attempting to make sense of statistical outputs. As a side note, you know it's time to take a break when even Dr. Beretta says, "You're here too much, Derek." I have no doubts that I'm not unique in saying that all of these experiences, fun, stressful, or rewarding, have come together to form the most fulfilling time of my life. It has been a time of excitement for us, a time of hard work, and most importantly, a time of growth, both in and out of the classroom. Earlier in my speech, I alluded to where I've come from and how I find myself here, not only because of my own sheer amazement at the situation, but also because I think it speaks to the incredible capacity that we as humans have for growth and change. It is not important where we have come from or what struggles we have faced in our lives. We all have seeds of greatness in us, and with the right environments, guidance, and motivation, we could set our roots and cultivate that greatness. After today, we will all grow in separate ways and follow our own separate paths. Whether it's the start of a career or continuing our education, let us never forget the life-changing experiences that we had here at TCNJ and how they cultivated us as people. Let our time here become not just a place that we look back upon with fondness and recount stories of, but let these experiences guide us through our future journeys. For me, it is a reminder to seek out environments in which we can thrive in, to pursue life's work in which we find passion and satisfaction. It is a reminder to believe in our fellow people and provide them with opportunities and environments conducive to their success and growth, just as our school, our department, and our peers have done for us here. In the upcoming days, months, and years, we will all undoubtedly face uncertainty. The important part is that we not let ourselves be deterred by these uncertainties. A professor once told me that if you are comfortable, then you're doing something wrong. It is only in going outside of our comfort zone, facing our fears and anxieties, exploring new situations, and learning new responses that we could truly grow as people. Whether it was academically, socially, or through campus involvement, TCNJ has shown us we are successful and competent individuals that are capable of doing just that. Personally, my experience here have shown me that when I walk through my walls of fear and put aside any perceived limitations, great things can happen. And it is with this in mind that I end with a quote from psychologist Carl Gustav Jung. We are not what has happened to us in our lives, but we are what we choose to become. So whatever great things we do, or whatever struggles we might face after we walk out of this commencement ceremony today, remember to let your passions guide you to success and happiness, and most importantly, that we all have infinite potential and a bright future waiting to be found. Thank you and congratulations to the College of New Jersey graduating class of 2015. The sky's the limit.
Thank you, Derek. Thank you. Our second student speaker is Ms. Kelly Hennebrey. Kelly Hennebrey is a psychology major with a clinical counseling specialization from Long Valley, New Jersey. Sorry about that. Kelly transferred to TCNJ after receiving her associate's degree from the County College of Morris. In the 2 years that Kelly has attended the college, she has gained experience working with adolescents struggling with substance abuse and eating disorders. She has also been involved in Dr. Border's Clinical Outcomes and Processes Lab and Dr. Firing's Romantic Relationships Research Lab. Kelly's collaborative research with Dr. Borders on rumination and risky behaviors was recently published in Personality and Individual Differences. Outside of her love for psychology, she has discovered her passion for live event coordination and management through TCNJ's College Union Board, as well as giving back to others through TCNJ's Alternative Break Club trips to New Orleans, Louisiana. After graduation, Kelly plans on continuing her education by attending Rutgers University's Master of Social Work program. So please join me in welcoming Kelly Hennebrey.
Thank you, Dr. Graham. Good afternoon and welcome, friends, family, faculty, staff, and graduates. Thank you all for being here this afternoon to celebrate the hard work and dedication it has taken these amazing psychology students to be sitting here today. It's hard to believe that this day is already here, and I could not be more grateful to have been chosen to represent the 2015 psychology graduating class along with my friend and fellow Labbie, Derek. I want to share with you all today a bit about the lessons that I have learned on my way to TCNJ in hopes that you may take them with you in the next chapter of your life. Like many of you, my journey that led me to TCNJ has been a challenging and unique one. Growing up, I always had the mentality that if I worked hard enough and got good enough grades, somehow my achievements would be recognized. So from very early on, it became one of my biggest dreams to get a full ride to college, and I did everything in my power to make this dream happen. I quickly realized, however, just how hard achieving that dream would actually be. After a difficult decision process, I ended up making the choice to partake in the NJ STARS program and attended my community college right after high school. It seemed like the best financial decision for myself and my family, but sharing this choice with others often came with looks of confusion and even shock. My teachers and my friends reacted by telling me that I was selling myself short, that I was limiting myself. I knew that I was doing what was best for me, but other people were putting me down for that. Even though making the decision to go to community college was one of the most difficult choices I've had to make, and it resulted with a lot of people doubting me, I would make that decision 100 times again because it led me here to the College of New Jersey, a school that I now consider my home. So even though I never got the experience of living in the towers or meeting new friends at Welcome Week or even having to eat at Ike every day, I still feel like I've had the most amazing TCNJ experience I ever could have asked for. I'm sure you'd all agree that this school offers some of the most incredible academic opportunities. I've met so many extraordinary people here, and that never would have happened had I not decided to go on a different path than what was expected of me. So I wanted to share that journey with you for 2 reasons. The first lesson that I learned, and I hope that you can take away from this story, is that hard work truly does pay off, as cliche as that may be. My personal dream of getting a full ride to college was eventually realized, even though it was in a way that I never could have possibly imagined. It's easy to get lost in the fear that some dreams may fail or never be realized, but that should never stop you from trying. I've come to understand that hard work really does get rewarded, even if it's not in the way you originally anticipated. So maybe you have dreams of working with children or opening up your own practice or using your degree to help people around the world. No matter what your personal dream may be, it will only work as long as you are willing to work. And the fact that you're sitting here in front of me today shows that you are. The second lesson that I learned from my journey is that we're all faced with difficult decisions in our lives. For most of us here right now, that may be deciding whether or not to take off a year of school, or choosing where to go to grad school, or even deciding what kind of research you're interested in. When I was faced with the choice, I decided to do what was right for me, not what I believed others thought I should do. Throughout my journey, I was constantly reminded of Robert Frost, who summed it up perfectly when he said, "Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all of the difference." So as you move on in your psychology career, don't be afraid to follow your own path and be guided by your heart. Some may call you crazy or think you're foolish or even put you down for those decisions. But the decisions may lead you to some of the most incredible, rewarding experiences, and you may find exactly what you need. To the class of 2015, I'd like you to take a look back on your own personal journey and all of the steps that you have taken to be sitting here today. Soon you will be moving forward and on to the next adventure of your life. When the time comes that you're faced with a difficult decision, I hope that you choose the road that leads to achieving your own personal dream. If there's anything I've learned in the last few years, it's not to choose a road just because it's easy, and certainly not to choose a road because everyone else has told you that you should. Choose the path that will get you to where you know you must be, even if it means building your own road to get there. Congratulations to the class of 2015, and the best of luck on whichever road you choose. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. At this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Julie Hughes, who will lead the recognition of students who have earned departmental honors in psychology. Dr. Hughes.
Thank you. To graduate with honors in psychology, a student not only has excelled in completing the requirements for a bachelor's degree in psychology, but has also completed a senior honors thesis project. The Senior Honors Thesis Project provides an opportunity for gifted psychology students to conduct an intense, independent research project. This major project requires 2 full semesters and often more of commitment. The students spend hours talking with their faculty mentors, poring over professional literature, gathering data from participants, analyzing data using complex statistical techniques, and then writing and rewriting their theses. Although psychology honors students work under the guidance of a faculty mentor, the thesis and the thesis committee, the work is very much the students' own work. The students conceive, plan, and execute their own studies, prepare a written thesis manuscript, and often in excess of 30 pages, and present their work in a public setting such as the TCNJ Celebration of Student Achievement, which takes place each May. It is not uncommon for students to work with their faculty sponsors even after graduation to prepare their manuscripts for publication in peer-reviewed journals. Each year, only a small number of students receive the distinction of graduating with honors in psychology. It is my pleasure to oversee the awarding of the Senior Honors Thesis Certificates to these exceptional students. So now for some logistical directions. I invite all of the students who are receiving honors in psychology to join us in the front near the steps here to the left of the podium at this time. Faculty sponsors, please gather in the aisle behind the podium. Thank you, yes. For each student receiving honors in psychology, the faculty sponsor will read the student's name, the names of the thesis committee members, and the title of the senior honors thesis. Students, when your name is called, please join your faculty sponsor by the podium here on stage, and then remain on the stage. Probably to the right of the podium would be easier for traffic flow. Sponsors and honors students, please remain up front until all the honors students have been recognized. And committee members, when your name is called, please rise. And of course, family members, as always, you are welcome to come to the front to take pictures. Let us begin.
Hello, my name is Andrew Linus, and my student is Victoria Bartek. Vicky's thesis is titled The Influence of Task Interruption on Event-Related Potentials and Action Memory. Her committee members are Tamara Beretta and Betsy Reddy.
Hello, my name's Sean Wiley, and my thesis student is Kimberly Bernstein. The title of her thesis is Phenotypic Prototypicality, the Effect of Individual Differences on Racial Categorization for Criminal Justice Outcomes. And her committee members are Dr. Linus and Dr. Stout from Criminology. Come on up, Kim.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa Grimm. My student is Jessica Casera. Jess, will you come on up, please? Jess's thesis is Motivation and Movement, the Effects of Regulatory Fit on Lunges Task Performance, and her committee members were Dr. Tamara Beretta and Dr. Julie Hughes.
My name is Tamara Beretta. My student is Tara Coleman. The title of her thesis is Can Age-Related Deficits in Memory Be Eliminated by Mnemonic Strategies? And her committee members are Dr. Helen Chung and Dr. Jean Kernan.
Hi, I'm Jason Dowling. My first thesis student is Ben Levine. The title of his thesis is Mediators of the Relationship Between Leader Emotions and Follower Conformity, and his committee members are Jean Kernan and Sean Wiley. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Jared Crawford, and my student is Stephanie Molinas. Her honors thesis title is Moderation of the Relationship Between Need for Cognitive Closure and Political Ideology. The members of her committee are Dr. Dowling and Dr. Wiley.
Hello again, I have another student. Her name is Irina Nagoski, and the title of her thesis is The Influence of Encoding Focus on Source Monitoring and Event-Related Potentials. Her committee members are Tamara Beretta and Margaret Martinetti.
I'm Candice Firing, and I have the great pleasure to have been Christine Petit's thesis advisor. And the title of her thesis is Negative Arousal and Emotions During the Outdoors About Romantic Conflict, Associations with Conflict Resolution Strategies, and the Moderating Effect of Gender and Relationship Threat. Her thesis committee, Dr. Borders and Dr. Chung. Bravo!
My second thesis student is Gordon Sayre. The title of his thesis is Surveillance 2.0, the effect of social media monitoring on employees' justice perceptions. And his committee members are Jean Kernan and Sean Wiley.
I'm James Graham. My thesis student is Catherine Scott, and the title of her project is Service Learning, Implications for Empathy and Community Engagement in Elementary School Children. And committee members, Sean Wiley and Margaret Reddy.
And last, but certainly not least, Nina Ventresco's honors thesis was titled School Identification and the Psychological Well-Being of Parents and Caregivers. Committee members were Helen Chung and Julie Hughes.
Thank you all. Let us congratulate these senior honors thesis students. You may all return to your seats. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Hughes. Congratulations, you all. Several of our graduates have been inducted into Psi-Chi, the National Honor Society in Psychology. And to be inducted, students are required to have a 3.5 GPA in psychology and a 3.5 GPA overall. You can identify the Psi-Chi members by the blue and gold honor cords they are wearing today. So I do ask that all members of Psi-Chi to stand, and we will applaud your accomplishments. Okay. Thank you. A few select students of our graduating class have completed the College Honors Program. These students, they are wearing large medallions on graduation day. These students, they must have scored at least a 1,300 on the math and verbal portions of the SAT and have graduated in the top 10% of their high school classes. These students must also apply to the College Honors Program and complete a series of intensive honors courses during their time at TCNJ. I do ask that members of the College Honors Program to stand, and we will recognize your achievements. Okay, now's the time we've all been waiting for, the awarding of the diploma covers. All right, at this time, it's my great pleasure to lead the awarding of the diploma covers to the psychology graduates of the class of 2015. Okay. As you know, several students pursue double majors in psychology and other programs, and several of our students have one of those other majors as their primary major, but we're glad that some of them may have come here today. So we do recognize that you are here, and we will make sure that your names are called. Dr. Ashley Borders and Dr. Margaret Martinetti will read the names of the graduates, and Dr. Hughes will assist Dr. Vivona in distributing the diploma covers. In addition to your diploma cover, you will be given a yellow carnation to symbolize our admiration to you and all that you have accomplished. As your name is called, please come forward and to this side of the stage here, and you will not come on the stage. You will walk in front of the tables here, and you will receive your diploma cover from Dr. Vivona, and then you'll walk across to receive your yellow carnation. You may return to your seat by walking across that way, not in front of the tables, just so we're not congested up here in front. We ask, and I know it's hard, if you could please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Thank you.
Are we ready? Brittany Nicole Bocchieri. Marissa Elizabeth Bryan. Michelle A. DeFlute. Tanya Irene Dunbar. Tiffany Maria Espara. Dixon Gann. Morgan Taylor Gerber. Shataya Jasmine Hawley. Reese Aaron Hirsch. Yaxira Marie Lopez. Kelsey Ann Mott. Laura Ray Parker. Our 2015 May, August, December psychology graduates are Idris Oliyani Ajibulu, Bridget Marie Anton, Juliana Michelle Ardizoni, Adriana Allwright, Suwa Oyong, Anne Karenina Bacolod Balagusto, Victoria Bartek, Joseph Mark Bastian, Rebecca Lee Beebe, Mariah Lynn Black, Tyra Monique Braxton, Jessica A. Brum, Rachel Ann Calabrese, Teresa Erin Canone, Bianca Camille Caracappa, Catherine Michelle Cardozo, Melissa C. Carter, Jessica Teresa Casera, Philip Joseph Lockwood Clark, Suzanne Elizabeth Conroy Bray, Lauren Summer Cordero, Tara Kristen Cullinan, Daniel William Sarnowski, Disha Das, Christopher W. Davis. Justina Marie Del Rio. Christopher Peter Del Rosso. Jillian Christina DeMarco. Samantha Mara Dooley. Ritvik Dutta. Alexis Eckert. Shannon Sarah Erickson. Lauren Falkenstern. John Joseph Flynn. Rebecca E. Foote. Jared M. Frankel. Amanda Ashley Fresnix. Kristen Gaznick. Derek Anthony Giannoni. William James Gibbs. Nadia Zafar Gill. Courtney Goodman. Jessica Lee Gorham. Farlene Croulon. Thais M. Guastali. Isaac Luria Gutkin. Henrietta Yanni Hansen. Lindsay N. Hatch. Kelly Ann Hennebury. Aradania M. Hernandez. Morgan Lee Hopper. Alexis Len Inselberg. Alexis Shane Isler. Thomas Joseph Kelly. Jessica Kirschner. Hannah Krotoulis. Michelle Maria Leo. Benjamin Ryan Levine. Sophia Dominina Ledestri. Bethany Elizabeth Lofredo. Megan Schwieting Liu. Sufen Lubitz.
Michelle Malinowski. Stephanie Rose Molinas. Dean A. Manning. Courtney Marie McKenna. Lorraine Megaru. Pankti Mehul Mehta. Jonathan Scott Michaels. Okay. Jamie Michelle. Arena Nagoski. Paulina Paul. Lauren J. Park. Marissa Ann Pennypacker. Christine Anna Petite. Laura Alexis Plishka. Stay back. Jose Leonel Portillo. Anna Curran Porix. Naveed Rodfar. Kristen Elizabeth Rayner. Selena Rivera. Thomas Andrew Robertson. Gabriel A. Rojas. Jessica Lynn Sadler. Olivia Crystal Sanchez. Gordon Matthew Sayer. Rebecca Lynn Shent. Kristen M. Schnatter. Catherine Elizabeth Scott. Catherine Marie Seaman. Juhi P. Shaw. Caitlin Mary Shepard. Samantha Lauren Seminario. Steve Robert Sipak. Amanda Marie Starchev. Margaret Judith Teutsch. Tara Elizabeth Troiano. Rebecca Lynn Vanderhorn. Nina Elizabeth Ventrisco. Vicky Wang. Sean Emerson Wire. Portia E. Womer. Megan Noel Young. All right, and now we are on to our education of deaf and hard of hearing and special education psychology graduates. Leanne DePamphilis. Yasmin Ashley Bird. Nicole Elizabeth Haas. Rebecca Ashley Havens. Jamie Martine Kindervater. Alex Lewis. Amanda Victoria Lina. Elizabeth Ann Mikotowicz. Nicole Rose Sheridan. Aliki Socrates. Brianne Marie Verhoog. Emily Rahel Weissman. Gladys Wu. And now on to our double majors in psychology. We're just going to call the name of students who are here. Kimberly Mary Bernstein. Felicia R. Clark. Paige Danielle Ennis. Erica Lynn Joel. Lori Paolini. Susan Judith Reyna. Chloe Ray Salzman. Chandra S. Samuel. Maria Kelly Santomena. Anna Marissa Scarpati.
Is there anyone's name we did not call who's present? What is the name? What's the name?
She's Scarpati.
Just read. Ashley, just read them all. Just read
So sorry. Very unintentional. We will continue. I'm just going to read them all. I'm just going to read them all. I'm going to read all the double majors, even if they're not here. You want to wait? Okay. There were 20 more names. Yes. We don't have copies. They're not supposed to come to us. Oh, we don't have copies. They'll just get a flower.
So while we're getting our act together up here, I'll just explain that we have many double majors. Psychology students often have a major in another field. And so a lot of times the double majors are not able to attend our ceremony. So we don't routinely read all those names because it's a little sad to be reading name after name and students aren't here. But this is more sad to have students here whose names we're not reading. So we're figuring that out. Then we will read everyone's name so that everyone will have the honor of being recognized at the graduation ceremony. Thank you for your patience.
Okay, so we're going to start. Just a note, I think you will receive a cover for a diploma in your other ceremony. So just come and shake Dr. Ravona's hand and then come and get a flower. Okay, Brianna Stephanie Falconer. Shannon Alexandra Hart. Jennifer Laspina. Genesis Marianne Mosquea. Kelsey Rose Casone. Stephanie Rose Delono. Kristen Pizzolo. Joy A. Spriggs. Michelle Lynn Scrafani.
Is there anyone else? Let's give all, and I mean all, of our graduates a warm round of applause. So, in closing, I would just like to thank all of the psychology faculty and staff who volunteered to help with today's program, especially Dr. Julie Hughes and Dr. Margaret Martinetti for all of your help in preparing for the ceremony. Thank you. I would also like to thank our department secretary, Ms. Nadira Shakir, for preparing the commencement program, and our departmental coordinator, our program coordinator, Mrs. Maddie Anthus, for preparing their certificates for the senior honors thesis students. And finally, thank you, the psychology class of 2015, for all of the ways that your hard work and enthusiasm have strengthened our love of teaching. on behalf of the entire faculty, family, and guests, we congratulate you and wish you continued happiness and success. Thank you.